Hey Hiddentale fam, it's Crown, your guide to the wild and bizarre. Today we've got a pizza showdown entitled Karens and a dash of sweet justice. Grab your popcorn because you're in for a roller coaster ride in our peaceful complex. Let's dive into the tale of a pizza delivery turned blockbuster drama, complete with an unexpected military twist. Buckle up, it's Hiddentale time. So I'm out for a chill walk in my complex, right? All of a sudden, I spot this wild scene. Karen, the classic grumpy lady in her 50s, goes full-on detective on a pizza guy, a seemingly cool dude in his 30s. She storms up, yelling that he doesn't belong here and needs to bounce. Poor pizza dude's just trying to do his job, holding on to those pizza boxes like they are his lifeline. He's shouting, "I'm the pizza guy. Chill." Karen, though, she's not having it. She's convinced this pizza delivery hero is an intruder, blocking his ride and everything. "Leave now!" She roars like she's a queen of the compound. Pizza guy's like, "Come on, I'm just here to deliver some pizza. Let me do my thing." I'm just watching, thinking, what in the world is happening in our peaceful complex? Little did I know that this was just the start of a crazy story that I had front row seats to. So the pizza showdown continues and Karen's not backing down. She's yapping about how the pizza guy has no business in our fancy compound and that she's going to complain to whoever ordered this pizza. Meanwhile, our pizza hero's had enough. He tries to make a run for it, holding the pizza tight and tries to get out of his car, but Karen's like a ninja, blocking his every move. She's got this crazy determination to stop him. The guy manages to get out of his car thinking he's finally free, but nope, Karen's on him like a hawk. She's jumping in front of him playing human roadblock. It's like a bizarre dance, but no one's enjoying the music. And then out of nowhere she does the unthinkable. She raises her foot and kicks the poor dude where it hurts the most. He crumbles to the ground, clutching his pain zone. But oh no, Karen's not done. While he's down and out, she whips out a juice bottle she was carrying and goes full-on chaos mode. She spills that juice all over his face like she's baptizing him in the name of entitlement. It's a whole mess, and I'm just standing there, jaw on the floor, witnessing the absurdity of it all. So our pizza hero, pushed to the edge, pulls a move out of sheer desperation. He grabs Karen's leg while she's still standing over him and yanks it hard. Lo and behold, she topples like a Jenga tower, landing right on her butt. Now, you'd think the drama would simmer down, right? Nope. Karen goes into full-on meltdown mode. She starts shrieking like a banshee, claiming this delivery guy attacked her. Oh, and she throws in the N-word like it's confetti. It's chaos. Just when things couldn't get any more nuts, a security guard finally shows up, probably summoned by the insanity echoing through the compound. Karen, quick on her feet, spins a sob story about how she was innocently strolling when this horrible person attacked her and tried to harass her. The security guard buys into the drama and brings along his partner. They decide the pizza guy is a villain here, ignoring his protests, Karen spinning a whip of lies. Next thing you know, they are dialing 911 and our pizza savior is getting detained. Okay, so things were getting out of control and I couldn't just stand there watching the pizza guy's life turn into a soap opera. I step up, tap the security guards on the shoulder and spill the beans. I've been here the whole time, recording this madness on my phone. I say, showing them the footage. This delivery guy is innocent, and Karen over there is a real troublemaker. The guards, probably realizing they are caught in the middle of a sitcom-level drama, decide to check out the evidence. They watch the video, jaws dropping, and decide Karen's not going anywhere until the police arrive. Finally, the cops roll in like the cavalry. They take statements, ask the pizza guy if he needs an ambulance, he's tough, says no, and then dive into the recorded evidence. They even check the compound CCTV footage. After the investigation, they turn to the pizza guy and ask the big question: do you want to press charges? And you know what he says? A solid yes. Turns out the pizza was on a mission of its own. It was headed to a high-ranking military officer, and let me tell you, this officer wasn't too pleased when he got wind of what Karen pulled. He stepped in, handed his personal number to the delivery guy and said, "If you need anything regarding this case, you give me a call." Talk about having some serious backup. Fast forward to Karen's not-so-grand exit. The police, armed with the military officers, discontent and a pile of charges, slapped the cuffs on her right then and there. Of course, Karen being Karen, she resists arrest like she's auditioning for a wrestling match. The court didn't take kindly to her shenanigans, and Karen ends up with a 3-year vacation in a slammer, plus a hefty fine for good measure. And there you have it. The tale of a simple pizza delivery turned blockbuster drama, complete with entitled Karen, a military twist, and a side of sweet, sweet justice. Yesterday, I found myself in an unfortunate situation. I had to be an adult. Horrifying, I know. It's all sunshine and daisies when you're a kid and you see all the grown-ups getting to stay up as late as they want and buy nice things. Now I go to bed earlier than I did when I was a kid and have to do things like make myself go to the doctor or what have you. Pretty sure I would have stayed at Toys R Us kid if I'd known how much of a pain in the butt errands are. So I was coming from a doctor's appointment where I got shots and no lollipop, which is bogus. I was going to spend way too much money on clothing for myself. I found myself driving hither and yon, mentally chiding myself for being so short-sighted when I was a kid. I had it made. Then there was a very long string of cars with hazards on and little flags all making the same turn. Know what's pretty high up there on a whole adulting importance scale? Not screwing with a funeral procession. When you see a hearse followed by a whole big long line of cars with their hazards on, in the US, it's a funeral procession. It can suck if you're in a hurry, but there are certain things you simply do not do, such as honking at a funeral procession or shouting, "What the hell? Let's go!" at the top of your lungs at a funeral procession, or getting fed up cutting around the 3 cars in front of you and then bullying your way through a funeral procession making a turn. You know when it's super duper important to not do that? When it's a firefighter's funeral procession. Not only because this is a person who willingly enters burning buildings to save people and thus merits respect. You ever see a burning building? I have. You know what I did? Stood there slack-jawed and just watched. But because where there is a funeral for a firefighter, there are other emergency responders, like EMS or, cops. Lots and lots and lots of cops, all of whom are not in a good mood. So I'm the first in a line of spectators at a T intersection where the funeral procession is driving towards me and turning right. Some idiot 2 cars back in a Porsche starts honking impatiently after 2 minutes. At minute 3, he sticks his head out of the window and shouts something out of the window like it's going to help. Gives up on honking and just lays on the horn at minute 4. The procession proceeds because of the funeral. I rolled up my window because it was loud. At minute 5, the Porsche decides the heads-up play is to just cut the wheel, zip around the cars in front of them, and then shove their way through the funeral procession. He made it about 5 cars lengths past cutting off a funeral procession before he got cut off and pulled over by a state trooper, who immediately had backup in the form of the next 3 cars in the procession. They were still there when the procession finally ended. I may or may not have waved on my way past. So a couple of weeks back, I'm at my government's office job doing the whole public service thing. And now, don't get me wrong, I love helping people, but the Bay, well, let's just say it's not exactly rolling in the dough. Now here is the thing, I'm a nail fanatic. Always have been. My nails, though, were kind of a disaster zone. Weak, flaky, you name it. I used to be a nail biter too, but we won't dwell on my past sins. About a year ago, I decided to take matters into my own hands, literally. Ordered the $50 gel kit off Amazon, set up shop, and bam! DIY nails on point. Fast forward to a couple of weeks ago and I've got my little nail station nicely set up. I even do my friend's nails from time to time, so I'm planning to head to a friend's house after work. Do her nails as a favor before some party. We were gonna order pizza, chill, watch a movie, and the whole shebang. Now cue the drama. I made the mistake of chatting about this with a coworker. Innocent, right? Wrong. This lady, mid-50s, let's call her Nail Desperate Karen, spots my kit on top of my locker. It's a small locker, and I didn't want my gear on a dirty floor next to my work shoes. Bad move. Nail Desperate Karen unleashes a level of entitlement I didn't know was possible. For the 4 hours leading up to lunch, it was like a non-stop barrage of why I should give her a manicure on our lunch break.
Oh, I love that deal, Shade. Hubby thinks it's a waste of money, you know? You can practice on me, and it will be so nice.
And on and on and on. I start with gentle declines, then move to what I thought was pretty firm. But she's like persistent mosquito. I eventually give up and just start grunting non-committally to everything she says. Lunchtime comes and she acts like I've agreed to this circus. I have to lay down the law, look her dead in the eyes and tell her, Nail Desperate Karen, I'm here to eat my sandwich during my 30-minute unpaid break. I'll give you a free manicure. Please drop this. You're making me uncomfortable. You'd think that would be the end of it, right? Oh no. Nail Desperate Karen refuses to speak to me or make eye contact. Fine by me. She's mostly remote anyway, and honestly, I can do without her constant yammering. But here is a kicker. She's been spreading tales about me, painting herself as a victim. A real Shakespearean drama, I tell you. Luckily, the office grapevine is strong and my coworkers, bless their souls, have been filling me in. Turns out everyone thinks she's a complete clown. And honestly, who asks a coworker they are barely friends with for a free manicure? Let alone harasses them for hours on end. It's like a sitcom, but with less humor and more nail-polish drama. My friend and his wife just bought their first home. It's a fixer-upper and I have been helping them out with the fixing. My father was a handyman and a contractor, so I have lots of skills and experience with doing maintenance, repairs, and upgrades on a house. I also have pretty much all the tools I need to do most of the work. This last weekend I was helping paint the dining room. I had everything set up the way I wanted and I was ready to go. For some freaking reason, his wife decides to let their dogs into the room I'm painting. One of them steps in a roller tray and then jumps up on me. His wife laughs it off like it was not a big deal that I had paw prints on me. I also had to throw out that primer because it now had mud in it. I had told them both to let me do the work in peace. After I prepared a new tray of paint, I wrote the F word in huge letters on a wall. And primer. For those of you who may not know, primer is a coat of paint that you put down before the actual paint. For lack of a better word, it sticks to the wall better, and when it dries, it creates a better surface for the paint to stick to. His wife saw it and freaked. She said I was drawing profanity in her house. I told her it was primer and to stay out of my way. I then finished the job and went home. My friend called me and said that I had really upset his wife with my childishness and that she would not let me back until I apologized. I asked him what I was apologizing for, and he said that I wrote a curse word on his wall. I asked him to provide a picture, and he said he couldn't since I had painted over it. So I asked what the problem was since the word wasn't there anymore, and he said that I needed to apologize. I said that him wanting me to apologize was in no way the same as me needing to apologize. He said that I could not come back until I did. No problem for me. I was helping him for free on my weeks off from work. He called me 2 days later and asked if I was coming to finish painting since I would be away at work for 3 weeks. And I said I wasn't ready to apologize yet and maybe I would when I got back. I probably won't. And now she's telling everyone that I'm a crappy person for leaving a job half finished. I tell everyone who asks that I was working for free and that they told me not to come back. Now there is a big fight in our friend group between the people who thinks I should keep the peace and those who think she's being an entitled whiner. No one else is volunteering to help at their house and now either they have to half-ass a job or pay someone. I'm getting hell for that too. Am I the jerk here? And now some comments on the post. Not the jerk. Could they even offer to pay you for the job to begin with? If not, they aren't entitled to your time. Besides, the word discovered, so it shouldn't be a big deal, they wouldn't have seen it. if they didn't walk in before you painted over it. Edit, thanks for all the upvotes, I've never had more than 200, and don't forget to drink some water and eat some food today. Another commenter adds, oh my god, if they want you to come back and paint their stupid fixer-upper for free, then they can suck it up and be grateful. Not act like their highnesses are doing you a favor by letting you paint on your time off from work. Oh, thank you so much for letting me work away for free. If they hired a professional after the dog incident, they would have been charged extra. And hey, the professional may just never come back the next day because they have other projects and they will give to their highnesses later. Of course, not the jerk. A third commenter goes with, not the jerk. You're doing hundreds if not thousands of dollars work for free. There seems to be no appreciation for that. They let the dogs in a room to make your job harder. They are lucky the dogs walking into the paint tray didn't create a bigger and permanent mess. There is literally no lasting consequence to your actions. The word probably stayed on a wall for less than 5 minutes. The reason you wrote that on the wall was because you're being taken advantage of in this friendship. And there you have it, Crown Crew. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Share your thoughts below and stay tuned for more hidden tales. This is Crown signing off. Until next time, stay curious.